This week I've been feeling like I need something to clear this throat of mine. I've been coughing a lot, and I usually make this herbal tea at home. It's a mix of coriander seed, pepper, black pepper, and then some dried ginger. You put that in a blender, a powerful blender that makes this powder. And it's a great herbal tea because you get not turmeric, but you can add turmeric, but you get black pepper and ginger, which is really, really good for your immune system. And then I add brown sugar as it gives it a slightly more caramelly flavour. You can use a thing called jaggery as well. That's made from natural products, really. So you just use the back of the ladle to circle around at the surface of the herbal tea so that you can just swoop in. Otherwise, you can just filter. So this is currently how my living room looks like. I've been decorating it as we go. It's not one big project when the whole room is finished. It's just lovingly done over time. We like the greens and the browns of the natural products. And those are the sort of colours that we naturally gravitate towards. For instance, these shells from the beach near London. So I'll be replacing the very frames that you just saw in the last frame there. These frames will be hung up with a picture of Mediterranean-inspired plants. So I'm thinking olives, olive leaves and olives. I know you can get olives in a few different colours. And I found this inspiration photo on Pinterest. It's a mosaic, but it was so beautiful. So you can see there's a few mosaics on my Pinterest board. So there's a pomegranate and then the sort of artichoke-like flower, or artichoke it could be. But I'm looking at these olives that I want to paint in watercolour. So that's a plan for the future. So you can see that close up now. That's the kind of style anyway I was thinking about, but it might just need to be a plain watercolour olives. We'll see. So while I was shopping, I did spot these candle holders. They're made of brown glass, which goes with the colour theme that I was talking about in the living room. And they're all different. If you take a look at the styles they come in, they're all cut differently. Some are smooth, some are barreled, some are sort of, you can see three of them together so you can see the difference. So I've decided to purchase these three to add on top of my display unit. My smaller Kallax display unit, that is. You can see it close up. So this is made by a brand called Creation, and I purchased it from a shop called Country Basket. They do have an online website. They don't have a warehouse everywhere. And then I bought these Bolsius candles that were also another shade of brown, almost maroony brown, but it's actually chocolatey brown in the reel. So let's open them up and put them all together. So this is what they look like. I haven't got them properly sat in. But I think they look absolutely beautiful. I really like the contrast of the glass with the wax of the candle, and they just look so rich. And then next to my wicker basket here, I think it looks really nice. So this is what the Country Basket store that I was talking about looks like. This is one part of it. This is a very pretty part of it. So these are artificial silk flowers. They're high quality artificial flowers. And they carry a lot of other supplies. So for florists and for events managers and even household items. So give them a try. Now just behind where I had those candlesticks, I have this grow tent. So I'm growing using a technique called seed snails, which I found on Farida, a lady called Farida on Instagram, her channel. So what you do is you roll up bubble wrap with some soil inside, and then you pop in seeds at the very top, and obviously cover with soil. And then look at the difference it's made. So in such a small space, I'm able to grow 3, 4, 5, 6 plants. Whereas if I had individual pots, they would be much different. The root systems are much more healthier and longer. And when it comes to separating the plants, it's just so much easier. And there's a less disturbance to the plants. So I would recommend that kind of growing. It's even if you don't have a lot of space, you can use these seed scrolls, and you don't need to have a grow tent. It's just I'm trying to grow heat-loving plants in Scotland, and I have to start my tomatoes very early in the year because we don't have a long enough season. Otherwise, I get lovely leaves and even sometimes lovely flowers for the tomatoes, but nothing else, no fruit at all. I'm just doing some chores around the house. I've got these avocados that I got on sale. So what I do is I just scoop the avocado out even, and I place them in containers or bags that I have. And I get them into these sort of chunks so that I can take them out and pop them in a smoothie, which is usually what I do. I add milk, mango pulp, some avocado, honey, and a few dates in there, and they're very, very tasty. It is high in sugar. I'm not going to say it's a healthy smoothie, but it's a tasty smoothie, and it's one that you can have occasionally. I decided that I wanted a snack, so I had these sachet of pumpkin seeds that I had bought in Tesco. All I'm going to do is taking these green pumpkin seeds, I'm going to put them in a pan. I'm going to add some oil to that. You add some oil to that, and then you add in either just salt and pepper, but I add in salt and no pepper, but a little bit of chili powder. And then you just fry them off until they're golden brown. Afterwards, you have to let them cool, otherwise they can really burn you, so be careful. But after they have fully cooled down, they're very crunchy, very savoury, and it's a healthy treat to have. Well, that's all for today. I hope to catch you in another video in the future. Take care. Bye.